Hello. Welcome to my channel. This is RFUTAROT. Why RFU? Because I do what's right for me and you should do what's right for you. And fuck who don't like it. Yes, I do cuss. I'm grown. If you don't, or if you don't like it, my bad. I apologize. I'm an intuitive reader, so from the moment I start tapping into your energy or the moment I'm being called to do a read, everything is intuitively guided. So from the energy that I pick up on to the cards that come out in the pre-shuffle to the decks that I pick, everything, the messages I channel, everything is coming directly from source, and my spirit guides gang gang. So usually these readings are general. If it's not, I will be able to let you know during the course of the reading. I'm going to let y'all know right now, this is not a general reading. There are 4 separate groups, and I will let you know how they break down. But back to the fucking intro. So with it being usually a general read, I would say take your piece, don't be greedy, and don't try to manipulate my videos, G. Don't try to make my shit fit your shit and be mad at me when you get something different. Like, I'm not the guide of your understanding and I'm not your free will. So you have to let your intuition guide you to the messages the source has for you, and you have to let things play out in divine timing. With that being said, if you are here and you are resonating and you have confirmed with self and source that this is your message in divine timing, don't worry about genders, timestamps, zodiac signs, any of the above. If this message is for you, again, let your intuition guide you to the messages the source has for you, right? So I want to thank everybody for the likes and comments, emails, subscribes, the feedback. Everything is making my channel grow tremendously, and I love all that shit. Like, don't stop, for real. Every time y'all click the like button, every time y'all view a video, every time you subscribe, anytime you do anything in regards to this channel, it's confirmation of what I'm doing, which I can stand firm on it, but it raises my vibration. Just like I already know the messages that is on the table today. I know exactly what the messages are, and I'll go into that a little bit in a second. But the cards, I use the cards, and also I'm going to use the pendulum today, which I've never used before in a reading. I use it all the time for myself, but I've never been called to use it in a video for my channel. But I use these different divination tools is what the label of it is. But I use these different tools to give you validation of what I'm saying. And when you get 3D validation through these tools, that helps to raise your vibration, because then you can kind of stand on the shit that I'm saying. And it may be a tool that I use that produces something that is directly in your frequency that I might not get from the cards. You feel me? Or that I might not get from a pendulum. That's why I use both of them. I use several different tools, but that's why I'm being called to use these 2 in this reading, because I feel like they're going to give us a different level of clarification in the way that we break these energies down. So for this reading, like I said, it's going to be completely different than any read that I've ever done, period. Like, I've never done this reading in combination for any video. I've used these tools separately, like on my own, like in my own spiritual journey, and also in personal readings, but never for a video. So let me start with the way that the energy is playing out to me as I meditate on it. So with this video right here, it is for people that I was speaking to in my last batch of urgent divine feminine and divine masculine reads. Regardless of, so basically all the videos that I have put out over the last week are all correlating inside of this read. So it will be broke down into 4 separate groups. There are 2 different sections. There's a divine masculine section, which will come out on this side. There's a divine feminine section, which will come out on this side. In the middle, this is the timeline section. So the cards that will come out over here, it'll be divine masculine energy group 1, divine masculine energy group 2, and divine feminine energy group 1, divine feminine energy group 2. The decks have already been called. Like, each deck has already been picked for me, and to where I know this deck is going to give me this set of answers, right? So we're going to start with this red deck. Then we're going to move on. You know what I mean? Like I know exactly which decks to pull at what times. But let me explain to you these energies. Like I said, it's two categories, but it's four different groups. So with this, regardless of, you can either identify with divine masculine energy, so you know for sure you're over here in either group one or group two. And then we're going to use the pendulum to further break down group one and two. And then also this timeline section in the middle here, these two cards will also help you differentiate. If you cannot differentiate from divine masculine group one and two or divine feminine group one and two, this middle section, the timeline section, will help you to identify which four of these, because you could be a female form but you can be in divine masculine group one. You can be a male form but you can be in divine feminine group two. You know what I mean? Because that's how much, when you're at this high vibration, again, you're in a energy of oneness. And there's masculine and feminine energy in everything. It doesn't matter if you're in a female form or a male form, or if you're a bird or any other creature. You know what I mean? Anything with the soul has divine feminine and divine masculine energy within it, period. So this middle lane will help you differentiate it further if you cannot break it down specifically in divine masculine, divine feminine, group one or group two. The pendulum is also going to help us differentiate. And so by the time I'm done with this reading, you will know exactly where you stand, whether it's in group one or group two, or whether it's in divine feminine energy or divine masculine energy. You feel me? Okay. I felt the need to really break that down because it needs to be very clear where you stand before we go into this reading, because like I said, this one reading here, and also with the video that I put out earlier for the cards that I got, let me break that down a little bit. So I've been talking about this boot camp shit and how the next 5 weeks is going to be intense boot camp to get you ready for the Super Bowl, right? That came out in all the reading, well, both readings for divine feminine and divine masculine, in the energy of sorts. It came out about this Super Bowl shit. So yesterday, I just woke up feeling very energized, ready to go, right? And I didn't really have a plan, but I knew I was going to kill it. Like whatever came to me, I just knew I was going to kill it. So I was kind of like in my vortex all day. I was in the knowing, like every choice that I was making, every thought that was popping into my mind was a part of the test. So as I started, gaining my momentum throughout the day, something just told me like, look up the moons and shit, because y'all know I'm not hip with that shit. Y'all know I stay in the car with spirit. I can tell you damn near anything about what they got to say. But as far as like the moon phases and shit, and I am going to start really tapping into that because I'm starting to see that it plays a major role in this shit, like for real. I was kind of in the know of it, but like the timing of the moon phases and changes and the energies that come into the universal energies because of the lunar phases, that shit makes a big difference, my G. Like, regardless of what your sign is or any of the above, like, that shit makes a big difference. So, I hit the Super Bowl last night, my G. And my test was, remember, I kept telling y'all, you was going, in your emotional body, you was going to have the urge to just, like, you was going to want to shut it out. Like, you was going to feel like, no, I'm not with it. I don't want to go there. This is not something I want to do. Like, it was going to be something about the situation that instantly turned you off. But there was something in your intuition, in your deep knowing soul place, that was like, no, my G, don't write it off. Like, there's a greater purpose here. Boom. So my Super Bowl, and I never share, y'all know I do not share specifics about my spiritual journey because I feel like I don't want to impose what I'm doing on what you're doing. I want you to find what's right for you. I feel like people call it rituals. I don't. Like I told y'all, I just call it like fucking with my baby. I stay riding in the car with spirit. So on certain days, I just ride extra hard. We might go get some fireworks or a motherfucking bottle or whatever it is that we might choose to do. You know what I mean? So certain days are just more special than the others. Boom, that's what I'm saying. So with this energy, right, coming in, I thought it was going to be 5 weeks. For me, it hit much quicker. It was more along the 5 days. So again, with that divine masculine read, I said 10 days to 10 weeks. With divine feminine, I was firmly placed on 5 days, but I kept saying in both readings it had something to do with the new moon in the next 5 weeks. And I didn't know what moon it was, but then I had, you know, in the mix of those four different readings, right? The two on the weekend, it was the tarot tea sip session, it was the weekly recap, and it was divine masculine read, urgent read, and divine feminine urgent read, and then it was a fifth one. It was also the collective divine masculine, divine feminine energies for 1122. So all the reads that I did from that point on, those five that I just named, all correlate with this energy. So like I was trying to say, my bad. I just felt the need to further break that down. But anyways, he came. I have a passed on ex, right? So me and him had kind of a tumultuous relationship. Like we didn't necessarily leave on good terms, but um, we split away from each other, and within a couple months of us splitting up, he passed away. And he passed away about a couple months ago. And when I tell y'all, I never addressed the situation ever. Like when I got the news, it sent like a shock to my core. And I felt that in the initial, finding out about it. And then I didn't feel shit else. Like to the point where I was like, sometimes I even question it, like, damn, like I did, before this moment, the Super Bowl moment, I questioned it, like, damn, am I that cold? Am I that fucked up? Like, did this person not mean shit to me? Like, why am I not grieving this person, right? So today, like he literally just popped up into my energetic field, right? So when I say he popped up, it was like I just kept seeing him. Like I started having memories of him. And when I started to first have the memories of him, I was just like, why am I thinking about him on this day? Like, why am I thinking about him now? And then when I asked that question, I went into it a little deeper. And it was like, well, what is it? Why did he not come to me, or why did I not open up for him before today? What is it about today? That led me to the knowledge of this new moon shit. So then I'm like, okay, boom, this is that as soon as I realized what was going on as far as the moon energy, I immediately knew intuitively that he was coming to me on this day because it was this new moon energy, my G. So as soon as I came into the knowing of that, it was like the memories turned into visions. I could see him, through my different, you know, talents and abilities. I could see him in my 3D eye. I could even smell him, my nigga. Real shit. I could feel his hair in my hands. I could like literally I could feel his skin, everything. Like he was here. I don't know how to say it. Like I really started to experience him at a much closer level. Like he was testing the waters type shit. And remember I said that there was something there was an energetic tie that was going to release this person, right? I said that it was going to be uh, something that you weren't addressing, divine feminine. You were looking at it as a girl, or divine masculine. I think the message was similar, but I can't really tap into that right now, and I'm not trying to lose my train of thought because it's a lot of important messages here. Divine feminine, you had that message of there was something that you were in a deep knowing of, but you were not processing the situation at the moment of hand because you were not grown enough to, right? That's why your Super Bowl shit was like a test of your spiritual growth. So when I came into the knowing of, and that there was let me not forget that there was an energetic tie somehow within the midst of y'all's union, there was some type of energetic tie that you had grown past to where you could reach back and help them, but he couldn't move past this point. Remember I said that this energy cannot move past this point. It's like you're going to release him, right? Remember, I kept speaking on that. So as soon as I came into the knowledge that this was 1126 and this was the new moon energy coming into the universal energy at this divine moment, I immediately knew that this was my Super Bowl shit. This was my test. So when I knew that, I'm like, okay, well, what is it that I'm not addressing in this situation? So with him in my, 5D vortex, because like I said, I could smell him, I could feel his hair in my hands, like I could see his skin, like I could see him, period. And I could experience him with my senses. So he was there in my 5D reality, period. No ways around it. So with me knowing that, I'm like, okay, well, let me see what he wants. But also, because remember, I said every single thought, action, everything that comes into your vortex, once you realize it, is a test, right? Once you realize it is a test, everything after that moment is a test. So I started trying to talk to him because I was conscious of him being in my 5D reality. As I started talking to him, I started to hear my ego creep into play. I was asking him things that wasn't even relevant to what the bigger purpose was. You feel me? That's why I was saying, don't get caught up in the bullshit. That was a test of the bullshit. Like, are you going to spend this time to rant and rave about shit that doesn't make a difference now because he's dead and gone? Or are you going to use this time to address whatever it is that is keeping him energetically stuck here? Because when someone is passed on and they are still in your energy, is for two reasons. Either they choose to be for protection, or they are here because they have unfinished business. So once I took my ego out of that, because I understood that my ego was creeping up and I was starting to ask about shit that didn't make a motherfucking difference, I said, okay, no. I'm not going to be able to handle this with my physical body as far as me communicating, even on a 5D level. So I need to get a tool. We need a medium, right? We need a mediator. So I broke the cards down. Those are the cards that I posted in that video that is already uploaded. Those are the cards that I pulled out. In the course of the reading, me and him was having an entire conversation. At the end of the reading, those last four cards that you see at the top with the 9889, that was the message of validation confirmation that this was the first half of the Super Bowl, and that I had successfully passed. At first I thought I was done, bitch. Who? I ain't even gonna stunt. I'm like, oh my god, that was it. Oh, I'm done. And then Source was like, no, bitch, this is halftime. You better grab your snacks and shit and power back up. You know what I mean? And get ready for the motherfucking second half, my G. Like recoup. So I took that time and took a spiritual bath and tapped in, and this is when I got the guidance of how the reading was going to go, and that this reading in particular was the second half of my Super Bowl, my nigga. That's why I said I was going to be tapping in for lifelines, because this right here is the second half of my Super Bowl, and if I correctly execute this shit, blessings on blessings on blessings. All that shit is tying in to my energy because I have, passed through that portal. So everything that was in the last five readings, as far as this boot camp shit, is directly relevant to me and my energy right now. And that's what we're going to break down. Again, there's two categories: divine feminine, divine masculine. There are four groups. They are broke down into group one and group two. They are not dependent on gender or sex, sexual preference. Like I could be over here saying him and her, and it's really her and her. You know what I mean? So it's not based on your sexual preference, your actual physical form, gender. It's not zodiac signs or none of that shit. If you know that one of these four groups is your message, take that. That's why I'm giving you so many different avenues to differentiate these energies, okay? So I said, we're going to use the pendulum and we're going to use these cards. We're going to start off with the pendulum because that's how we're going to differentiate these energies. So we need to have that going forward. Once I break down this, once I get done with my pendulum work, then I will have timestamps in the descriptions for groups 1, 2, 3, and 4. Again, there will be groups 1 and 2 are divine masculine energy. Groups 3 and 4 will be divine feminine energy, but also it's the number as well. Whatever number resonates with you and or whatever energy. All of these labels I'm putting on it are just different ways for you to put your finger on the middle of the pizza to see if it's done, bitch, okay? So if I say any one thing in any one of these four groups that tells you that your pizza is cooked all the way, you can take it out the oven now, then take your pizza out. That's your message, okay? Message. Real simple. I mean, I know it took me a while to get there. We had 20 minutes. So thank you for riding with me, my G. Let's break this shit on down. This is my pendulum wheel. So I use this in several different ways, and I will break that down as I'm using it. This is my pendulum mat. I use this to answer questions, specific yes or no questions. So I want to show y'all that just so you can see. Yes, no, will not answer. Very simple. So we're going to start off with this. During the course of this reading, I want you to be thinking of a specific yes or no question for spirit, your spiritual gang. You know what I mean? So that is the God of your understanding, source, your past on loved ones, your ancestors, uh, the universal energies, the moon and sun phase energies, all of those different things, all of the energies at play. You know what I mean? All of those things. I want you to be tapping into all of those things. Every person in your spirit, the angels, the archangels, the ascended masters, every single entity in your spiritual gang, my nigga, my sisters. I need y'all to be thinking or formulating, or if you come to the very end of the read, I don't care if it's the very last minute. If you come to the very last minute and you have a for sure yes or no clear question, send it to my energy and it will reflect in this pendulum. Again, I will have a yes or no. After I finish this chart, we're going to move on to this pendulum mat. In this pendulum mat, we will have a yes or no answer for each group. You feel me? So in the course of this reading, I need you to be thinking about that, setting your intentions to that so that I can correctly receive it and my pendulum can correctly attach it to the energy that it goes in. 1, 2, 3, or 4, right? Okay. So with this pendulum, the first place we're going to start is right here. This chart in particular is going to give us the zodiac sign. So for the purposes of this read, we will take the elements. So it'll be water, fire, air, or earth, and we will only pick three. The last four, of course, will come to us from a process of elimination, my G. Real simple. Then we will use this next. This will kind of gauge, your um, it's going to give us just some more. Listen, I'm not finna get caught up with the fucking words because I'm losing myself in trying to thought. This right here will be used for guidance in reference to where you go as far as the group. Remember, this pendulum shit and this middle lane and the divine masculine, divine feminine groups 1, 2, 3, and 4, all of those things are just to help you differentiate where your energy sits. Okay? That's as clear as I could get it. I'm sorry guys if it didn't make sense. If it don't, please rewind until you can correctly resonate with a group. That is very important. Please, my babies. I'm riding with y'all. I know it sounds like a lot of pressure because now I've been said it 1,000,009 motherfucking times. So you feeling like, what if I didn't pick it? Don't do that. Don't allow me to add stress onto you. Okay. But I do want to say that it is important. Okay. So I will start. This is my pendulum, and it is in the shape of a Merkaba, and it is in clear quartz stone. Clear quartz can be charged and powered to anything. It is a very powerful stone, and a pendulum works off of the energies around us and within us. So the questions that I ask is the energy within us in this read. The answers that it gives is the energy around us, right? Because we're using this to differentiate where we go. Boom. When I hold this up, I will hold it up on top of this talisman in the middle. Y'all see that? This little ball in the middle. For some reason, and I'm not all the way hip to it, it's just something I found out in fucking with my pendulum. For some reason, it like calibrates my pendulum. So it's basically the same thing as me shuffling the deck, right? So I hold it over top of this little ball right here first, and it calibrates it. And as I'm calibrating it, and after I calibrate it, I'm stating the question, right? And I may not do this out loud or I may do it out loud, whatever I'm being called to do. But once we get the answers out here, we'll know exactly how we differentiate this shit. So again, we're gonna start here. I'm gonna hold this pendulum and I'm gonna calibrate the energies. As I calibrate it over top of this ball, you see how it's just going anywhere right now. But as I calibrate it over top of this ball, you'll see it actually spin. When it stops spinning, that's how we know when it is calibrated. Give me some element energy for group one. Element energy for group 1 is Earth. It came over here to Virgo. Let me get some element energy for group 2. Fire. It's going to Sagittarius. Element energy for group 3, please. Air. It went to Aquarius. Element energy for group 4, please. Oh, and I said we wasn't going to pick number 4, but guess what? It went to water. So we started out with Earth. The first group, Earth energy. The second group, fire energy. The third group, air energy. The fourth group, water. The first group, Earth. Second group, fire. Third group, air. Yes, and the fourth group was water. Right. So group 1, Earth. Group 2, fire. Group 3, air. Group 4, water. Sorry that I repeated that so much, but every time I was repeating it, I was running that shit through my spiritual gang. You feel me? I cannot fuck this up. Again, this is the second half of my Super Bowl. Understand that shit, my G. Okay. Energies for group 1, please. Relationships. Also, heart chakra. Energies for group 2, please. Will. Also, the solar plexus. Can I get energy for group 2, please? Desire. The sacral chakra. Can I get energy for my group 4, please? And this one is the root chakra. It says to be, to have, trust, and fear. So root chakra, and then with this saying to be, to have, trust, and fear, it's like, and with it also being the root chakra. The other ones we were very clear on, right? The first group 1 is relationships with the heart chakra. Group 2 is will with the solar plexus chakra. Group 3 is desire with the sacral chakra. And group 4 is the root chakra. And what I'm getting with that is intuition, because it's to be and to have, and it's between trust and fear. So what I'm getting with this is intuition. The rest of them was very clear. But group 4, it's intuition, your root chakra. So I'm also going to pull a number over here. I forgot to tell y'all about that. This is going to give us a number. So the first number is the new energy. The new energy that they want to represent. And this will go for all groups. Group 1, 2, 3, and 4. We'll get 4 separate numbers. We'll get 3 separate numbers, and they will go for all 4 groups. The first number is the number 1, right? So that speaks of new beginnings, new opportunities, new choices, new ways of being, thinking, however you may flip it, rub it, slap it down, right? New. So this is the new energy or opportunities around you. That's what this number will, that's the frequency of this number for your read, whether you're in group 1, 2, 3, or 4. So give me the number of new for group 1, please. Give me the number of new for all groups. The very first number is number 4. So that is the energy of the new. So what I say is the energy of the what I mean by the energy of the new is when I get to pulling out cards cards that have the number fours on them, regardless of which pile they fall into, right? The cards with the number four on them, they are representing what is new for you in that group. Okay? That's new opportunities, whatever, every which way I just flipped it and rubbed it down. That's however which way you flip it or rub it down in your group. The number four will represent new energy coming into you. The second number out is things that you need to balance, things that you are still working on, or things that you could be better at, right? Number two is balance. So this number will be the energy of things you could be better at, things you need, not that you need improvement on, but things that you could be better at, my nigga. I don't know how else to say it, but I'm not trying to say it in a harsh way. I'm trying to work on that in this reading because I told you it's very fucking important. Okay? So the number two speaks on things you need to get balance in. Okay? Real simple. Things you need to get balance in. Give me the number two for the energy of things that needs to be balanced for all groups. Please and thank you. 7. So the energy of the things that you need to balance is the number 7. So as I'm breaking down these cards, the cards with the number 7 on them are the cards that break down or add up, I'm hearing. Break down or add up to 7 is going to reflect the energy of things that you need to get balance of, regardless of what group you're in. Now, the third number is the lucky number, right? The lucky number 3. So this number is going to reflect the energy of things that you are solid in, things that you have good luck in, energies that you can build upon because you've already mastered them, right? So give me that, please. This is the third number that we have picked, and this number will depict the energies of things that they can stand solid on and build upon because they have mastered. That's right. Thank you. 6. So the number 6 card will reflect your strengths. The number 4, I said the number 6 card. The number 6 in these cards will reflect the things that you have mastered. The number 7, I almost lost it. The number 7 will reflect the things that you need to get. No. Yes. The number 7 will reflect the things that you need to get balance in. And the number 4 is the things that the new energy or the new opportunities, the new things that are coming into your energies, whether that be on a 3D level, right? Or a mental level, emotional level, whatever. There's something new that's coming into your energy. In these cards, when they begin to break down, the things that are coming from source that are directly related to things that are new coming in for you will have the number 4 on the cards. The things that you need to have more balance in will come out with cards associated with the number 7. The things that you have mastered and you can build upon will come out in cards associated with the number 6. So understand those numbers and take those with you as we get to breaking down this energy. I'm sorry, y'all, this shit is taking so long, but it's very important that you understand. Now, for group 1, whatever your reading is, whatever the fuck your question is, I need you to have that in your mind right now. And I'm going to get you a yes or no answer. It can be yes or no or will not answer. Will not answer with that see no, hear no, speak no evil is you not supposed to know. It's not your divine timing to even be asking this question. You need to let that shit come as it will reveal itself to you in time, is what will not answer means. Okay? That's all that means. So don't take it as good or bad. It just means that is not a question that Source or your spiritual gang feels comfortable answering because they want you to be more present. They feel like if they give you a yes or no definitive answer to your question right now, that could sway your path. By swaying your path, it could ultimately keep you from missing whatever it is you even asking about, right? So if it falls underneath that, that's all it means. It's just not your divine timing to have a yes or no answer. That's it. Don't be afraid of it, but I will get a answer for each group. So I'm gonna meditate on group one's energy to get them a yes or no answer. So number one, our group one energy, that was fire, right? So let me get the yes or no answer. Or sorry, I'm sorry. That was earth. Group number one was earth or a earth sign is what I just heard. Earth or earth sign. So let me get the yes or no answer for group one, earth signs, divine masculine energies. Let me get the yes or no question answer to their question, please, and thank you. The answer to group one's question, group one is earth signs, which is Taurus, Virgo, Pisces, or Taurus, Virgo. Wait a minute, I don't want to fuck this up. My bad. Earth sign is Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, or divine masculine energy, or anything else that comes out that specifically relates to this group one. But those are already the labels that we have, right? Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, divine masculine energy. You have a yes answer to whatever your question is. Okay, so now we're moving on to group two. Group two is also divine masculine energy. That was the fire energy or a fire sign. Fire signs are Sagittarius, Leo, Aries, right? So, can I get a yes or no answer to group two's question, please? And thank you. You see that it's sitting still, right? It went that way just a little bit, but for the most part, it's just standing right on top of that ball. What that means is will not answer. That means it is not your divine timing group two to know a yes, to have a yes or no answer to that question. It's just not your divine timing, okay? So now we're moving on to group three, which is divine feminine energy or a air sign. Air sign is Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Okay? So, can I get a yes or no answer to group three's question? Please and thank you. Group three, your answer is no. So, now we are moving on to group four, which is again divine feminine energy, and it is a water sign or water sign energy, which is Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Can I get a answer, yes or no answer, to group four's question? Please and thank you. The answer to your question is yes. So, with that, we are done with the pendulum. Again, group one, your answer was yes. Group two, your answer was will not answer. Group three, your answer was no. And group four, your answer was yes. My bad, G. I had to double check that shit because I had tapped in to all four of y'all at one time, back to back to back. So it was hard for me to keep up. When I be tapped in, like I said, all my steps are intuitively guided. So half the time I got to go back and watch the video just to see what the fuck even came out in the reading because I'm not, to a certain degree, it's my higher level, it's my soul. You know what I mean? I'm operating from a higher perspective, and that higher perspective is my higher self. So sometimes, um, not like when I snap back to, I'm not in a trance or no shit like that, but when I come back into, my physical 3D realm, because when I'm tapped in like this, I'm in my physical, my 5D body, right? So then when I come back into my 3D physical form, which is it's a 3D property. Even though I'm not at a 3D consciousness level, once I come back into this 3D shit, you know what I mean, and tap out for a second to go about my business, then that's when I have to go back, like, because I miss shit once I come back to this physical shit. Like, it's a lot of things when I go back and watch it that I don't remember. Real shit. So, like I was saying all that shit to say, that's why I'm breaking it down so far. And that's why I had to just double check. I'm double checking everything with my spiritual gang before I speak it, because this video is gonna go out. I don't edit my shit. Like, I'm one take Jimmy. You feel me? Like, I step in the booth and freestyle that shit and I upload it. I don't know how to edit. Like, I don't have editing software, none of that shit yet. So I'm one take Timmy. So yeah, especially for this reading, because like I said, this is the second half of Super Bowl game for me, my G. I'm running everything through my spiritual gang to make sure that I'm telling you exactly what the fuck I'm supposed to be telling you. Okay? Okay. So now we're gonna break off into this thing. This red deck, which is the Osho Zen Tarot, I believe. This deck is gonna give us a card for each group. And this card is gonna represent what your spiritual gang is gonna use in order to initiate your Super Bowl. So remember how I was explaining to you? It was my passed on ex that came back to me. So this deck right here, if this was a reading for me, it would be like passed on loved ones would come out for this deck. You feel me? So this deck is going to depict the object or the means. Thank you, source. The object or means in which your spiritual gang is going to let you know that it's time to play balls. What the fuck I just heard? Okay. So we're going to get 4 cards out here, and they will, in the order that they come out, will depict what group they go in. The first card that comes out will be for 1, second for 2, and so forth. You feel me? So let's break this shit down. All right, y'all, feel like that was a hell of a long intro, and it was not all intro. It had everything to do with these cards. But before I broke this shit down, I'm telling y'all, I had to tell y'all that. This is the very first card for group 1. Group 1, divine masculine energy, right? And that was Earth. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn energy. Your yes or no question was yes, right? The means that your spiritual gang is going to use to let you know it's game time, time to play ball, is this is the number 60. It says limitation. It says self-discipline, practice, self-respect, introspection, ritual, cultivate patience, build up energy and maturity. There's a lady sitting here in a yoga position. It could be a male or female sitting here in yoga position, and I'm really being drawn to this pillow. So with this pillow and with it saying limitations and talking about self-discipline, practice, self-respect, introspection, ritual, cultivate patience, build up energy and maturity. And then I'll let y'all see the card so y'all can meditate on the energy of it on your own. What I'm getting is they're gonna, and remember I said I was pulled to this pillow, and again it's blue, sparking that blue flame. This is telling me that what they're gonna use to let you know it's game time, my G, is the dream state. You your Super Bowl is gonna kick off in the dream state. Legit. Like, um, especially with it saying limitations and it being the number 60, I'm feeling like my group ones, you may not like I said, they were pushing, and I pulled this up in divine masculine energy. This is coming out for group 1, which is in divine masculine category, right? Like I said, they were pushing you through the portals because you didn't want to ask for directions, right? When you didn't ask for directions, the number 60 is 6 is the very first number in the physical realm for me. Limitations. So because of you not wanting to ask for directions and them pushing you through your portals, it's like maybe you're not able to clear all the blockages so that you can do this at a participation level. You know what I mean? So you can co-create in this Super Bowl. I think that you might still have a block or two to where it's divine timing for your soul to go through Super Bowl, but your conscious mind is not even going to be aware of that until after the fact. I'm feeling like when you wake up, you're going to know it type shit. So group one, you're going to wake up with the knowledge of the fact that you just went through Super Bowl and that you successfully or did not successfully pass or win. Either you won the Super Bowl or you didn't. You know what I mean? You're gonna wake up with the knowledge of that. Kind of like that 1010 portal shit when you woke up checking the motherfucker, right? You're gonna wake up either checking the motherfucker. If you wake up checking the motherfucker, that means that you did not win the game. If you wake up in high vibrations, in a celebratory mood, then you just won the game, my nigga. You know what I mean? But your initiation, their means of uh, you know, do they shoot? I'm hearing like at some sports they shoot to let you know it's ready. So the way they gonna shoot you into action is in your dream space. Is what I'm getting with this card. Yeah, and then you see how it just fell down that way. So yeah, you're gonna be sleepy sleep. Sleepy sleep group one, they're gonna initiate your shit in your sleep. So whenever you might be out and about and you just get tired out of nowhere, or you might just be sitting in your crib and you get tired out of nowhere. Take a nap, my nigga. That's them trying to start the. I just heard dun dun like the ESPN notification. Yeah, that's the ESPN notification when you start to get sleepy out of nowhere. Because I feel like it is gonna happen in the daytime. Because let me tell you, this shit takes a long time. I've been doing this shit for a long time now, my G. The sun's starting to come out real shit. In my first video, I did it at like 1 o'clock, I believe. So this is card two, and this is card three. Let me go ahead and get out card four. Card four is on top, they just said. So group two, your ESPN notification will be it says 63, which is 9. Also, 369 is the trilogy, right? The trifecta. Remember, I spoke on that a while back in the urgent Scorpio read. And group 2 was in fire. Fire energy. Again, divine masculine. Sagittarius, Leo, Aries. That's my group 2. So 63, which breaks down to a 9. 6, 3, and 9 are the Tesla numbers, right? Those are universal code breakers, period. With those three numbers, you can do anything. And also it says completion. There's a person running through the marathon. The marathon. I just got, the marathon is over, not the marathon continues. So with me hearing Nipsey's voice in the background and with this 63 in completion, I'm gonna read the words, but I feel like this is you're gonna get this in music with me having this heavy Nipsey vibes. You know what I mean? And like I said, they're running through the finish line. I kept hearing the marathon is not the marathon is complete. You know what I mean? So it's not the marathon continues, but the marathon is complete. TMC, Nipsey, gang gang. He's in the building and he's gonna let you know it may not be a Nipsey Hussle song, but there will be uh, music that starts your Super Bowl, group two. There will be music that starts your Super Bowl. And there will be, with the numbers 3, 6, and 9, it's going to be a song that resonates with you. It's a song that you love. A song that it don't matter what the fuck you was ever going through, you could put this one song on and it would take you away from anything. That's the song you're going to hear. The song that always motivated you in your darkest hour, right? The song that gave you the power to do anything, right? 6, 3, and 9. Huh. That song is going to come on. Whatever song that is for you, group 2, divine masculine, fire energy, Sag, Leo, Aries. However you resonate in this group 2 shit. Also, remember your answer was not right now. It's not in your divine timing, right? Just remember that. But you're going to get it through music. There's going to be a song that comes on that you always resonated with and has got you through your darkest moments. And that song is going to come on and you will know it instantly. You will know it instantly, like this is what I'm supposed to be doing, period. So group 3 energy, which will be over here, divine feminine. Group 3 was water. No, wait, air. Group 3 was air, which is earth energy, right? Oh no, sorry. Group 1 was Earth, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Group 2 was Fire, Sag, Leo, Aries. Group 3 was Air, right? Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, also Divine Feminine. The answer to your question was no. Group 3, right? The card that we get out for your notification of game time is 59, which is the number 14, which breaks down to the number 5. So that for me is like change, right? Shift, balance, is what I'm getting just with those two numbers. And it says dispersion. Remember, this did come up in one of our cards. I mean, one of our reads, but I can't think of which one it was. The words is diffuse negativity, restore harmony, circulate, revitalize, dissolve divisions, and lighten up. So, with this being the number 14 breaking down to a 5, and with these words on this card and the depiction of this person, I feel like yours is going to come up in a emotional conflict. So this could be with someone in your actual 3D reality, or this could be someone in your actual 5D reality, right? Group threes. Mine was this situation, right? It was like an emotional battle, right? It was something that I had the urge not to do, but then I had this immediate sense in my heart chakra that this was for a deeper purpose. And then when I did the research of what the higher purpose could be of this irritation that I perceived at first to be an irritation anyway, what could be the higher purpose? Well, then that's when I came into the alignment that the moon energy was here. You know what I mean? So it could be a passed on person for you, is what I'm getting. And it also could be someone in your 3D reality that gives you that same emotional disruption, right? Because it says diffuse negativity. So it's not something, it's going to be something that presents itself in your 3D or 5D that you're not initially wanting to uh, 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 address, right? Like I was sitting here, first I started getting memories, right? That was him popping up in my 5D, my 5D field. And it was to diffuse the negativity, right? So understand yours is going to come from a physical person in the 3D or a soul body in the 5D. Yours is gonna your initiation, your notification, your dana from ESPN is gonna be similar to the one that I spoke about with me and my passed on ex. Okay, group threes. And the last one, group 4, which is also divine feminine energy, and that is in the water element, which is Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, right? And the answer to your question was yes. The card for you is the number 13, which is the number 4, which speaks to me of foundation. And there are two people in this card. It says companionship. The words are friendliness, mutual respect, shared goals, interdependence, agreement, and strengthening bonds. So, what I'm getting with this card, I'm sorry, I don't even think that I showed this card. But yeah, that's for my group threes. That's your card. For my group fours, this is your card. And what I'm getting with this is that, remember how I was speaking on you can ignite the blue flame when you are of a certain vibrational frequency, and you either come into alignment with a soul tribe member or a divine counterpart that is of the same frequency level and that is on their path, right? Remember, I said that when you come into alignment with this person, you ignite the blue flame. So, group 4, your ESPN notification that it's time for you to get in the game is your 5D or 3D communication with this person that ignites the blue flame for you. It's going to take you and them together, is what I'm hearing from my group 4s. Like the energies, because they don't have to be here in your 3D, they could be here in your 5D. But you're going to know it when they come. And let me get some more clarification on that. Their eyes are closed. And one woman in her belly is like earthly things, like plants and shit. This lady in her belly is like, I see a rainbow and water, like she might be under the sea, right? So I feel like, again, this was group 4, which was in water energy, right? So I feel like this is you in the card. Whoever this energy or this person is, especially, let me say this, with this being the depiction of a physical person, I feel like this is somebody that is coming to you on a 3D level, not a 5D level. So you will know because this is going to be a physical person in your 3D. Boom. You're going to know that way. And also with her having these earthly things in her belly, right? These plants and shit, it's going to be someone of an earth sign. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. So your energy, group 4, is directly correlating with group 1. Understand that shit right out the gate. Group 1 and 4 are attached to each other. I'm feeling. Yeah. Yep. But more so for group 4s. Like group 4s, not saying that you need them. Again, let me reiterate that. But that is a way for you to identify them when they come into your 3D physical realm, right? That's all I'm saying. So your ESPN wake up call is this person coming into your 3D physical realm, and they are of an earth sign, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. It may be easier for you to identify this person if you watch group 1, okay? All right. So the next deck we're going to move on to is, because this is your ESPN notification, right? So next we're going to move on to your strengths. And since we got these differentiated, we're going to start back at 1. So I'll break down group 1, then group 2, then group 3, then group 4, and I will put the timestamps that correlate with such. Okay? Okay. So I'm going to move these over here because, again, I'm one take Timmy. I'm not going to stop it or none of that shit. So you're going to see everything as it unfolds because that's what needs to happen. Source said. Okay? Okay. So I'm trying to figure out, do I start back with this deck or do I move on with my other decks? Because now that we've got this broke down into groups, this is group 1. So these 3 decks are going to represent divine masculine, right? The timeline, and divine feminine, right? So I'm trying to figure out why we would need divine feminine's power if we're in group 1 and 2, and that's resonated with okay, so boom, that's why. This is divine masculine. This is timeline. This is divine feminine, right? So if we are doing a group 1 or a group 2, which we have already correctly labeled divine masculine energy, this over here will help your cross watcher identify you or themselves, right? So we're still doing a divine feminine power even for group 1 and 2, or divine feminine lane for group 1 and 2, even though we've already identified them in divine masculine energy, because this pal over here will help identify this person or your cross watcher. Okay? So that's why. So with that being said, we're going to stay with this deck. Yes, the first cards for each row is still in this red deck. So what is the first card for group 1 in the timeline? What is the first card for group 1 in timeline, please? What is up, y'all? What the fuck is up? Look, now I can cuss and shit. I can let my hair down a little bit because now we done busted these motherfucking cards. Listen, all that shit right there was like a pre-shuffle, right? Usually I do a pre-shuffle. Not this time. It's not a pre-shuffle because I already know exactly what the fuck's going on. So we just need to bend the block. 2 cards came out. So again, the order that they come out is the order in which they are placed. This will be in my timeline. This will be in Divine Feminine's line. So for the timeline of my group 1, the card is 62. Small and beautiful. 62 is 8, which is movement. It's also family, infinity, action is what I'm getting. Small and beautiful. Remember, Divine Feminine, I was saying stop and smell the roses. So that's what I'm getting. So your timeline is your timeline in the present. That's what this is. Your timeline in the present. Right now, you are stopping to smell the roses. Very simple. Right now, you are stopping to smell the roses. Remember, we already spoke on that you was going very hard to heal yourself inside, right? And you understood, you were of the same vibration as the divine feminine energy. So you understood that it was important to heal, but your advice was to stop and smell the roses so that you didn't miss something, right? So the energy you're in right now, presently, as you're watching this group one, is stopping and smelling the roses. I told y'all every card correlates with the last week's worth of readings that I put out. Period. So there we go. Also keep those numbers in mind as far as what resonates with your new, what resonates with things you need to balance, and what resonates with things that you have mastered and can build upon, right? Keep a mind of those numbers so that you can keep in track with these cards, because listen, let me tell you, that's not something I'm going to be able to keep up with through this read, because now we're going to really pick up speed. Divine feminine energy for group 1. 3, it says difficulty in the beginning, growing pains, doubts and fears, of awkwardness, becoming stronger, vulnerability, and inexperience. Listen, I'm trying real hard to sound as well articulated as I can, that I'm fucking up my G. So in a minute, I'm probably going to switch back in the hood, bitch. I'm just warning y'all, okay? Okay. So for group 1, what came out in divine feminine energy is the number 3, which is difficulty in the beginning. But what I'm feeling is, with the depiction, usually this is like my Jody card, right? Because this is a whole grown person inside of this egg. So this is usually the Jody card. But what I'm getting for group 1, this is not the Jody card. This is like the death card. You have Phoenix Rising. Didn't I say that for Divine Masculine? You are coming out as a Phoenix Rising. That's what this card is. The Phoenix Rising for group 1. Period. So next we are going to move on to the Spirit Animal Oracle, and this is going to reflect your advice directly correlating with the first cards. So every one of these cards that I pull out across this reading, it will be to clarify the energy of your ESPN moment, or the first card in the lane, right? So for Divine Masculine Group 1, let me get a Spirit Animal Oracle to clarify why the number 60 limitation is out here on the board. Why is number 60 limitation out here for Divine Masculine in Group 1, please? There it goes. Well, no, there goes 2. So, nope, there goes 3. So here goes all 3. The very first one is the number 9. It says, brown bear spirit, take time out. Yes. So what did I say? That probably your ESPN notification, is going to come in your sleep. So, and what did I say? The energy of you right now while you're watching this read is you stopping to smell the roses. So these 2 cards correlate with this card. Number 9, brown bear spirit, take time out. The second card out is badger spirit, be fearless and bold, with the number 4. Again, remember those numbers that we got with the pendulum chart. So why is the number 62 small and beautiful here? Why is you stopping to smell the roses? Because you are fearless and bold. I told you last week that you were going so hard that you needed to stop and smell the roses. You took heed to that. So that's what you're doing right now, stopping to smell the roses. And by you doing that, why are you doing that? Because you are fearless and bold, right? This is the energies of these cards. Clarify why these cards are here, right? Or the advice that source or your spiritual gang is trying to give you directly in correlation with these first cards that came out, right? So you are able to stop and smell the roses because you are fearless and bold, because you took heed to the advice over the last week, group 1. The last one out is Flamingo Spirit, and we definitely had this in a Divine Feminine read. Yes, we did. Flamingo Spirit, embrace the in-between, 26, the number 8. So in these cards, you have 9, 4, and 8 on the deck. On the table. In the very first set of cards, you have the numbers 6, 8, and 3. 6, 8, 3, and 9, 4, and 8. So Why are you why are you brand new, fully formed? Like you not Jody, Jody, my Jody. You not him, right? The mama's boy. But you are Jody when he comes back and you know, out of his mama house and come and stay with Yvette. You know what I mean? That's who you are with this card, right? It's a death and rebuild process, right? It's like a death card for me. And you, what is clarifying that is embrace the in between. Yeah. So you have come to the deep knowing of self. That's why you can rebuild on self. That's why you know what I mean, are exerting your energy. I mean your power, excuse me, group one. That's why you're exerting your power because you have come into full awareness of your fully formed self, my nigga. Period. All right. So now we're gonna move on to the next deck, which is the tarot deck. This deck is gonna break down, clarify these two cards, and also this deck in particular is also going to give you a better sense of timeline regardless of which row it falls in. This is honed in on timeline, and also this is giving you, excuse me, this is also giving you clarification of the two cards that we've already pulled for group one in each lane. So give me a card out here for Brown Bear Spirit and Limitation. Brown Bear Spirit and Limitation. This is kind of like a pick a card read, but it's like very interactive, my G. So the card out here for this is Ace of Cups. Yeah, aces are portals. What is portals? Portals are divine opportunities or divine intervention, something that is being divinely guided from source. You took a time out, you went to sleep, you what I say, you're gonna feel sleepy out of nowhere. Boom. That shit is divinely guided, it's divinely orchestrated. Also, with this being a timeline card, with it being Ace of Cups, Cups is a water suit. So it's like Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, right? So I don't know how the fuck that breaks down as a timeline, but maybe that's I don't know, because group one was not water. So maybe that's just giving you, group one, somebody in group one, this is giving you validation that you should be here. Okay? That's all I'm feeling with that card. Giving you validation that you should be here. If you are of a water sign, but you feel like you should be in group one, this is the validation of that. Very simple. All right, so give me a card out here for Badger Spirit. I didn't even get that out right, but Source still had me. Yeah, Queen of Cups. Yeah, remember what I said? You took the heat from me over the last week. So that's why you were able to stop and smell the roses and be fearless and bold. Again, with this cups energy, I feel like you could be water sign. Again, I'm calling out all signs. I never really call, I don't, well, I do, but it's not a main thing of mine to call out signs. But I'm calling out all the signs on these cards. It don't matter how it comes out. Calling out signs. Give me a card out here. And also with this Queen of Cups, it's like remember off these energies, you came into the awareness of who the fuck you are. So because you were able to embrace the in-betweens, all your imperfect perfects, right? All of your imperfect perfects. Because you were able to embrace that, you became a fully formed Jody. Group one, you became a fully grown nigga. And then see, I want to put it right here, but it don't. It goes out over here. So give me a card out here for Flamingo Spirit and fully formed Jody. God damn. Yeah, Nine of Wands, my Wounded Warrior card. So, like I just said, because you embrace all of your imperfect perfects, right? Because you done been through some shit and you understand how all the shit you've been through makes you better, makes you who you are. Because of the deep knowing of that, you are a whole new. I just heard, I'm a whole new nigga. I'm a whole new me. Like I'm literally seeing you stepping out of the side of that fucking egg with your brand new Bambi baby legs, my G, like real shit. So the next deck that we will pull from is the Heal Yourself deck. These cards will directly represent something, again, that Source wants you to heal, something Source wants you to purge. Depending on what card comes out, it could be something that Source feels like you have completed or you have purged. This could be validation of that, right? This is just about healing. Either the healing you need to do or the healing that you have already done. This is validation of healing you've already done or healing that you need to do. So let me get a card out for group one. I didn't even get the question out, but here it goes. It says pay attention to signs. What are you? You are group 1. What is the number on this card? 10. 1 is you. 0 is source. Pay attention to signs. You are in your intuitive bag. You will get the ESPN notification. Period. You're going to get it. You're going to get it because you have successfully mastered who the fuck you are. You just don't have full control over it yet, group 1. That's why they're catching you in your sleep. But you will have a sign, like I said, you'll get sleepy out of nowhere, group 1. And that's going to be your sign. So just pay attention to that, right? You have already mastered everything on a physical level is what I'm hearing. All the healing as far as, on the physical level that you needed to do, all the purging and shit, you have mastered that. Now all you need to do is pay attention to the signs. And your sign is going to be, I'm tired, out of nowhere for no reason. I want to take a nap. Take a nap right there, wherever the fuck you at, group 1. Yes. So the way that I just did that is exactly how I will go through every single group, okay? So I leave you in unconditional love and light, group 1, and I am moving on to group number 2. Now, before I move on, I'm gonna get my little pen and write down what damn. I can't even get my words out, so I'm looking for the damn pen. I'm gonna write down timestamps so that I can put them down below and let everyone know where what group falls where, right? So that you don't have to watch the whole read if you already know what group you fall into. You feel me? So group 1 ends at 1:11, my nigga. 1:11:30. So group 2 will start shortly thereafter. Thank you, thank you. All right, so moving on to number 2. And listen, y'all know I don't usually do this. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to put all these cards away. We're going to put them back in their decks, though, because they may need to come out for the rest of the groups. Okay, that's what I was trying to figure out what to do with the cards. So we're going to put them back into their respective decks, which is exactly why the fuck source had me put these decks right here. See what I said? Everything is in divine timing, my baby. Nothing is a coincidence, accident, none of that shit. Everything is divinely guided. So, group 2. Now, this is what I was about to say before I asked source what was I doing with the cards. Usually or never, y'all ain't never seen me. I'm gonna call them smoke effects because this shit is so grand, right? We're gonna have smoke effects for this video because this shit is grand. Okay? So you never seen it before? Oops, you never seen it before, but we're gonna have smoke effects. Okay, okay, okay. Get in the car, bitch. Don't question me. Group 2. Welcome to the set. Get in the car, gang gang. Me and your spiritual gang gang have some shit to show you. We're gonna bend the block. So, this is again group 2, which is divine masculine energy, which is is it fire? Yeah, this group 2 is fire energy, Sag, Leo, Aries, also divine masculine, right? And the answer to your question was they will not answer it right now. So it's just not your divine timing for whatever question that you have with the pendulum. Your answer was not right now. They're not going to give you the answer right now. And what I'm picking up with your energy is they're not giving you the answer right now because, yeah, see, the marathon has completed. So they're not giving you the answer right now for one specific reason because you already know the answer. It's not even that it's not your divine timing to know the answer. It's that was a motherfucking trick for group 2. There was no question for you. It's that's why it's the thing on the top of the pyramid said will not answer. So for you, I'm being led to tell you that then your spiritual gang is not answering because you already know the answer to whatever yes or no question you asked yourself. This shit was a trick for group 2. For me to even answer it was a trick because you already know it. The marathon does not continue. The marathon is complete, group 2, so you already know the answer. The yes or no answer to your question. Okay? Okay. So now we're gonna bust this thing down. I'm gonna shuffle all these decks before I start breaking down into the energies again, because I want to make sure that we get all the cards or all the energies for this group on the tops of the deck. Because I don't know if I'm gonna shuffle them or I'm gonna just. I don't know if I'm gonna let them come out like how they've been coming out, just falling out at random, or if I'm gonna shuffle them and I'm gonna feel it in my intentions to stop, and then I'll just pull from the top. However I do it, I'm gonna start off by reshuffling all these decks. So what the fuck is up, Divine Masculine Group 2s? We're gonna start with this one, so we're gonna start with this one. We're just shuffling. Gang, gang, get your seats. Gather around. All right, that's it. That's it right there. All right, and then we're gonna get this one next, just cause it's easier. Sorry if y'all having problems hearing me. It's the smoke effect, god damn it. We just shuffling, cleaning these cards for group 2. All right. That one wanted to fall over 10 of swords. Yeah, it's not that you dead in some shit, you done came to the completion of it, right? So yeah, it's over because you have completed it. Group 2, I'm being told that you like I didn't get this with group 1, but group 2, I'm being told that this is also your validation that you win the Super Bowl, group 2. If you're resonating with group 2, you won the Super Bowl. I'm being told that right now. I didn't get told that with Divine, yeah, and then you came out King of Pentacles, right? Divine Masculine card. So yeah, you won the Super Bowl. I'm already being told that. So you can relax watching this video. Yeah, maybe that was your yes or no question. Do you win the Super Bowl? Yes, my G, you do. I'm feeling like that might have been your question, but you already knew the answer because you've been doing the work, group 2. That's why the marathon don't continue. The marathon is complete. So, coming out in your timeline card, yeah, we had this in our last reading. Coming out in the timeline card, or the timeline lane, is the number 3. It could be, for this reading, it's not the Jody card, right? This is not Jody in Yvette's house. This is Jody when he comes back to Yvette's house after he leaves his mom. You know what I mean? This is Jody when Yvette is pregnant with baby number 2. Boom. So, you are the timeline of the energy you're in as you're watching this is rebirth, brand new. Why? Because you have successfully won the motherfucking Super Bowl, my G. You're a brand new, you're a brand new shiny golden egg, my G. Bing. Yeah. So what's coming out in the divine feminine lane of this group 1? 60 limitations. This came out for the last group. This came out for group 1 in their ESPN lane. So with this coming out divine feminine lane, number 60 limitations. What I'm getting with this is not limitations. It's like boundless, like limitless, like endless is what I'm getting. Like it's not a limitation, but it's limitless is what I'm getting with this card right now for group 2. So the divine feminine energy over here is for group 1 is limitless. So I'm trying to really tap in on this. It's this blue pillow again, and it was the blue flame. I'm trying to figure out what was over here. I believe this card was over here, and we said that was because of that group 1. They was coming into event. They was being that this card was right there for group 1 because it was Jody when Yvette is pregnant on baby number 2, right? Boom. That's why it was there. So this card is right here because you are limitless. Bing. That's why. This card is here because you have surpassed all obstacles. Remember with that rhino spirit shit that we had in Divine Feminine read? We had the rhino spirit, right? And we're going to break them down further with these other cards. We're going to see them. So now we're going to get you a spirit animal oracle. Coming out for, this is breaking down. And it's also the spirit animal decks. They break down the first card that they come out after. And they also speak on advice. Yeah, advice. So it says the scarab beetle spirit, which I've never pulled before. It's the number 52, which is the number 7. And it says magic works through you. So why is the marathon complete? Because you are the magician. Remember I said that for divine feminine and masculine read this week. That you are the magician. I've said that several times. Magic works through you. The number 7, you're 7. That this is the channel that's opened when I am doing these readings, right? That's your crown chakra, right? Which is also coming from your root. I don't remember which ones we had on the pendulums charts, but group 2, you are completing the marathon because the magic works through you. You are the magician. Real simple. So why is this number 3 card out here? Jody, after Yvette is pregnant with baby number 2 in the timeline, is because 26, which is the number 8, it says the taming power of the great, self-discipline, concentration, strengthens, self-discipline, concentration strengthens your character from within, self-awareness and realizing potential. So the 8 speaks on infinity, eternity, limitless, right? You having no limits, you having no bounds, right? The taming power of the great. So because you are Jody after baby number 2, because you have come into full awareness of yourself. You have tamed the source energies within yourself. You can, right? We just had the number 7, which was talking about opening up this channel. You have opened up this channel. That's why you are Jody with baby number 2. And this is also in the timeline lane. So this is what you're doing right now as you're watching this read. You are tapped in with source. Source divinely guided you to this read. This is validation confirmation that you have won the Super Bowl. That's why you're here. Real simple. The next card out for oops, and look, we wasn't even supposed to pull that, but I guess we was, because nothing is an accident, everything is divinely guided. So the next card out was supposed to be this. It's koi fish spirit. Remember we had those 2 fishes in the card and I felt like it was divine masculine energy. This group 2 is still divine masculine energy. Koi fish spirit, it says there is always enough. Right. It's a 36, which makes a 9. I believe group 1 had the number 36 also, which gave me trilogy vibes, right? And with this saying, there is always enough. Yes, there's always enough spirit to go around. There's always enough energy to go around because we are all connected to that. You came into alignment with that, which caused you to tame, right? Or be able to apply the source energies within, which birth you into Jody with baby number 2 on the way. Okay? So why is this 60 limitation, which we found out was really boundless, endless miracles, right? Wasn't that a divine masculine card too? It was a cow spirit, right? The miracles are endless. They came out for a divine masculine. Group 2, you are divine masculine energy. That's how you resonate with this message. The card is 51, which is the number 6, the very first number in our physical reality. So because you understand that there are no boundaries in this physical 3D world, you have opened up everything that's available to you in the 5D. Understand that. It says sandpiper spirit, which I've never ever pulled before also. But the message is be playful. Remember? Remember that you have completed the marathon. Remember that you have successfully won the Super Bowl. Be playful in your limitless abilities. Be playful in expanding your boundaries so that you can successfully, because you do. You do. But as you're watching this reading right now, I'm saying be playful about how you're addressing things right now. Okay? So now we're going to get tarot card out here on each one. This tarot card will this tarot deck, the Rider Waite, will more so speak on timeline energies, but it will also speak on what I'm feeling for group 2. This will also speak on things that you need to have balance in, things that you need to balance, period. So let me get cards for Scarab Beetle. And I didn't even know I was supposed to shuffle, but I was being called to shuffle this deck. So the very first card out is 7 of Pentacles. Yeah, the Scarab Beetle spirit is the number 7. And the first card out to clarify the Scarab Beetle and completion is, so that's a 9, this is a 7, and this is a 7. So to break down, magic works within you and the marathon is complete. You won the Super Bowl. It's 7 of Pentacles. You understood that it don't matter how fruitful, because the Pentacle suit speaks on worldly shit, right? So you came into the understanding that it doesn't matter. These 6 pentacles over here in this bush of weeds, it does not discount the